Hey, y'all.
Welcome back. What's going on, fellas? Season 3. We in here. It's the Big Skip Podcast, man. Y'all know what it is.
One and only Big and Skip Podcast. Press that like button, press that share button, press that subscribe button. Tell a friend, bring a friend, come again. We are back again, episode 2, season 3.
Yep. Let's not waste no time because we got some stuff to get into. It's been a hell of a week in the world of sports. I want to start off with some condolences. Andrew Wiggins, lost his father this week. I can't relate. I don't know how that feels. I'm thankful to still have my father, but the man to my right, I'm gonna let you have this one.
Condolences to Andrew Wiggins. I just want to say, as someone who lost my mother and my father and many others, that I can't speak personally how he feels, but I can understand from afar how he would feel losing a father. You know what I mean? My dad died at 65. His dad died at 64. His dad played in the NBA for the Houston Rockets. For those of you who don't know, younger fans, even fans, period. He was a NBA child like Steph Curry. And I just want to say, for all of you out there, since we're on the subject of Andrew Wiggins, for all of you out there in the mainstream media world, in the world, period, ease up off that man. He found out his kid might not be his. His dad just died. Obviously, he's been sick for a while, fighting something. If the Warriors organization, shout out to the Warriors organization, if they can be considering and understanding of his situation, there's no way that he can be going from balling and getting paid from the championship in 21 to just his stats drop. And I was a psychology major when I was in college dropout. Shout out to my nigga Gay. I just speaking from my understanding, mental health is real. I've been a person who was like, my dad was older. So I came from the man up, shut up, wipe your tears, suck it up, proud. But mental health is real. As a person who has I am a single parent father that is co-parenting. I pay child support. So I know the pain of dealing with. So I can imagine if I found out that my 17-year-old daughter wasn't mine. So for him to find out his kid wasn't his, and for his dad to die, just my hearts and prayers and salute go out to the Wiggins family, and that's all I want to say. I understand totally, and yeah, man, that's it.
All right. You had some things you wanted to discuss as we, spoke on. I'm gonna let you get those off before we get into the heavy hitters of the discussions that I want to get into. So let's go.
Well, I wanted to talk about the fact that
actually,
we're gonna talk about Tyreek Hill first, or
no, we're gonna say that. Some short things that's been going on. Hey, you brought up an injury with Hollywood Brown and whatnot.
Yeah, he's fighting. I don't know what his injury specifically is, but as you all know, I'm not a fan of 15. I don't have a problem with the Chiefs organization, but I just decided this season I'm not going to let my disapproval for said athlete to get in the way of what we're trying to do. And I don't want to seem like I'm living in my delusional own world, even though there's other people in media and on the internet that feel the same way I do. But Hollywood Brown is a hell of a receiver.
Yes, he is.
He's a speedster.
Yep.
He's gonna stretch that offense, and he's gonna give 15 another target.
That's why I can't say you got him.
It's not good for the Raiders. It's not good for the Broncos. It's not good for the AFC West. It's not good for the AFC. It's not good for the NFL. But potentially, he might be getting ready to miss the season, or his season might be in jeopardy. Again, I don't know the specifics of his injury, and as well, although I think the 49ers will handle it differently because they have an array of weapons. As we discussed last week, they got Kittles, Ayuk, but CMC might be getting ready to go IR. And if he goes on IR this early in the season, he can't return until about what, week 8, 9, 10?
I want to say they're probably looking at week 8, week 7, somewhere around there.
So what is his injury? A calf or a knee?
No, it's Achilles. It's Achilles tendonitis. They said it was a calf.
Wow.
But it's really.
Hey, his season might be over.
No, it's not.
They should on the safe side. I think they should call it.
I don't think they're going. It's not it's not at that level where they need to call it, but it's at a level where they need to really take their time and not rush.
Well, you don't think the Achilles is serious, bro?
No, Achilles tendonitis is serious.
It's not the same as a calf strain. It's not the same as Kevin Durant situation.
No, not the same as a calf strain.
Right.
It's not the same. Tendonitis is you need to just sit down and let that thing heal. Don't come back until you are 100% sure that thing is not going to pop on you, because tendonitis turns into tears.
Definitely.
So
anything involving the lower leg extremities, that shit is serious, especially being the position he plays and how he plays.
Exactly. All right. That's the minor stuff. We're not trying to dismiss no injury. Get well soon. Hollywood Brown, get well soon. Christian McCaffrey. But let's segue into another series injury that happened Thursday night. Bills, Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, another concussion. And I'm a little upset at Tua because you know your injury history when it comes to concussions. You're in a game that's 31-10. It's not enough time left for y'all to mount a comeback like that, even though stranger things has happened in the NFL. My question is, because you know your injury history and you know as a quarterback when you run and you're in the open field, guys are going to try and hit you. My question is, before I say what I got to say about his concussion, why are you running head on into a defender knowing that they're going to try to hit you, even though that wasn't the case in this play, knowing that your concussion history is what it is?
Well, here's
like
my
you can't run down the field and
I totally agree with what you're saying, because Marcellus was saying the same thing on his show. Shout out to Wiley, that dude. Basically, Tua has the same problem that RG3 had. For as gifted as they are or could have been, and I think this is it. I think this is the last time we saw Tua, because no insurance company is going to insure him to be on an NFL roster at no point going forward.
I'm glad you said that.
So, the Lloyds of London will not give their proceeds to be like. It's no different than a boxer who can't get their license because they can't be medically cleared.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say that he's a Niner fan. I'm a Cowboy fan. We both saw our franchise quarterbacks lose their great Hall of Fame careers for this same reason in a much more brutal, much more physical league. Mm-hmm. So in this Mickey Mouse NFL flag football league that we're playing and watching as we speak, where they're diversifying the stock portfolio of these quarterbacks and wide receivers with these fluff-ass numbers where the quarterback is throwing 60 times a game. It's so fucking crazy how the quarterbacks of yesteryear got so great numbers and they were throwing maybe 40 times a game. Because guess what? Them extra 30 throws was going to 25, 30 carries to the running back. But I digress. I just want to say that you need to learn how to slide, young man. You need to go holler at the quarterbacks like a 15 from the Chiefs, like a Russell Wilson, somebody who was a dual threat, or somebody who played baseball. You took karate and kung fu to learn how to fall. You should have just went and hollered at a baseball instructor like, hey, how do I slide to the base? Like, it's no different than in the fucking cartoon in the movie if we was watching it and you see the bloopers and somebody slide through somebody's legs on their back. Like, bro, it's not hard. And I don't want to because it's a serious situation. Again, I said, I think this is the last time we're going to see this young man. I don't want to wish that, but I just know in the world we live in where the NFL is not trying to take legal liability or accountability for none of that, and you don't want this to keep getting seen on TV. Let me give you fans some examples of how dangerous this shit is, right? Mm-hmm. So, Savage, I forget his first name. I don't know. He was a former quarterback for the Houston Texans a few years ago. Okay, he got smacked in the end zone. And he looked like one of them UFC fighters or street brawlers that get bopped. And that fool just was like moving like this. And then I seen Cam Newton get smacked at the one. He got smacked, fell. You could see he was incoherent, but he's still trying to put that ball across that goal line. And I seen Luke Kuechly sit there as a grown man and look like he was trapped inside his body, like get out, sit there and cry. So the same ones I said earlier with Wiggins, mental health is real. His mental health is going to be at risk if he go out there for the now and for the future. So I suggest, like, I understand there's millions of dollars, but it's podcasts out there to be on or to make. It's NFL, CBS, ESPN, one of these places to give you a job, bro. So or you can go back to coaching, at your alma mater. There's so many different opportunities that's available and afforded to you, young man. You got your big money now. So, I mean, you done.
So the question that I was going to ask, you pretty much already answered, which was, should he hang it up? And you already answered the question. I'm going to answer the question. Thoughts? I'm about to answer it right now. I think you should hang it up, man. Because, again, we're talking about your health right now. CTE is probably already starting to set in because you're taking so many headshots. Pause. And, these concussions, this is 4 concussions in the matter of 2-3 years. This is the second time that I've seen this man get hit and he's on the field like you can't straighten out your fingers. The last time I saw that happen,
last time it was the accident. That wasn't his fault last time. But he fell backwards.
Yeah, but the point is that the last time I saw that happen, Miami was dumb enough to let you. I'm trying to remember correctly. Either they let him stay in the game or they took him out and let him play the next week, and he had to get carried off on the stretcher because he had another concussion.
That's what happened. He played and got concussed in the game, and then they shucked and jived past the concussion protocol and put him back out there the next week.
And he got to get carried off on the stretcher. Dude, you got a wife, you got kids, you got money. To his point, there are other opportunities. You could be a quarterback coach. You could get on TV and be an analyst. You can go back to Alabama and be a quarterback coach or something like that. There's so many things. There's podcasts. There's so many things out here you can do. People are going to pay attention to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a professional athlete. You're known. You played for the Miami Dolphins. People know who you are. So you're not going to have a problem making money post-NFL career. But the way I see it, for the sake of your family, for the sake of your health, I think you need to. I think it's time to walk away. It's time to walk away.
The same could be said for DeMar Hamlin, though.
It can, which is crazy that you bring that up. It's coincidence that the person he ran into was DeMar Hamlin. Y'all know the DeMar Hamlin situation. We don't need to rehash that.
If DeMar Hamlin have another hand-gather situation, for all you young fans out there, the situation that we witnessed with DeMar Hamlin happened 30 years ago.
Happened with Reggie Lewis.
With Hank Gathers and also with the hated Boston Celtics,
Reggie
D. Brown.
Lewis. No, Reggie Lewis, not D. Brown.
Pardon me.
But yeah, we don't want to see no situations like that. So it gets to a point to where, all right, one, it happened. Let's get you back right. Let's get you out, get you through protocol, get you back out there. Second time, all right, we need to start looking at it a little more serious. Third time, fourth time, it's like, all right, bro.
They didn't give Steve Young and Troy Aikman no third time, fourth time.
No, they didn't.
Like, matter of fact,
because there was no protocols in play when it happened with Troy Aikman and Steve Young. It was, this is dangerous. This dude is out. We need to get him off the field. Hey, you know what? Y'all older. Hey, walk away.
So I'm gonna say, in fall, winter of 1999, where were you that fateful night when LeVar Arrington retired Steve Young?
I was at home. I was watching the game. I was at home.
Did you know at that moment that was it? Like Michael Jackson?
The second he was laying on the field, I was like, this might be the end of these 49ers as I know it.
So
I knew Steve Young was done.
Hey, at least y'all let him gracefully bow out.
Absolutely.
Guess what?
Absolutely.
Let me tell you something, man. I'll never forget this shit. I was sitting in my motherfucking room, summer 2000, and I see across the Sports Center ticker, Cowboys have cut Troy Aikman.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how bad it got.
Yeah, it was bad. It's concussions are serious, man.
And NFL, let you in a little insider. Since we talking about how the Dolphins let Tua go out there a week after being concussed, guess what? Troy Aikman had to retire because of concussions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? He said after the Cowboys cut him, teams were still calling him to come sit up for him.
Because they know
they didn't get. That's why it's the fucking. Hey, I'm not trying to lose no sponsorships. I'm not trying to motherfucking gain no enemies. But a spade is a spade. How the fuck y'all gonna care about CTE and care about allegedly player safety Now, all of a sudden, because y'all don't want to pay the players money after y'all don't want to have to be responsible for their injuries or medical payments.
I'm gonna answer that question.
Back then, how the fuck are you gonna call Troy Aikman? He had to retire. Jerry cut him.
Let me answer that question for you. The reason why they care so much now and didn't back then is because more players are speaking out now. More players are speaking out. More current players are speaking out on behalf of retired players and what retired players are dealing with because of the hits that they've taken. Pause again. From playing in the NFL and the damage that is done. Pause again.
All right, look. You know what Steve Young said? This is out of Steve Young's mouth. And I ain't going to lie. Before I was able to pick a team and know what's what, when I grew up, all I heard was Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen, Jerry Rice, Steve Young. Jerry Rice and Joe Montana. So when Steve Young came along, not even as a fan, but just Joe Montana is so beloved and so he's like a fucking deity. I don't want to say G-O-D because I don't want to be offensive. But he's like a fucking deity ordained fucking when it comes down to quarterbacking in the NFL and the 49ers. So when Steve Young came, not even just because I'm a Cowboy, but I hated him. But in Steve Young's own words, he said it was plenty of games where I went out there and I'm off of painkillers. I ain't slept much, and I'm concussed.
Absolutely, that's a
you feel me. And he said he had one of the games of his life playing like that.
That's a life of a football player, man.
I can't be mad all the way at the NFL if you got players. You've seen it yourself where you got players that get smacked. Jason Witten was one of them. He was about to fight the coaches because they took his helmet from him. You understand what I'm saying? So we can't put it all on the league.
No, not at all.
These are grown men that used to. In Troy Polamalu's words, this is how we play since Pop Warner football. Now you want us to do something different, to line money in your pocket.
Exactly. So that's why I'm going to end that on saying it's Tua's decision. We're just expressing our opinion on what we think he should do or what we would like to see.
He got to do what's best for him.
But Tua Tagovailoa is his own man. He's going to make his own decisions. And whatever decision is, I'm sure the Miami Dolphins will support it. I'm sure his family will support it. But I'm telling you, there's going to be some serious conversations about this.
Hey, Tua. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
Absolutely. Another hot topic where we sticking on football, and we got to talk about this. You may not want to, but we got to talk about this.
Oh, let's do it.
Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans next February.
You want to go or you want me to go?
Oh, I'm going.
All right.
The halftime, we both gonna go on this one. Halftime show will be headlined by Mr. Kendrick Lamar Duckworth.
Kung Fu Kenny.
Kendrick has had the biggest year of any rap artist the year 2023. We know why. We aren't getting into that again. So they make him the headliner. Jay-Z, the NFL, the city of New Orleans, they picked him. Now, you've been living under a rock or on another planet, you all know that the city of New Orleans, fans of rap in the city of New Orleans, they wanted their GOAT, which I will say that as far as rappers to come out of New Orleans, he is the GOAT. Lil Wayne.
I'm gonna let you go. I ain't saying nothing.
I said rappers that come out of New Orleans. I didn't say all time. I didn't say all time. I said out of New Orleans, he is the GOAT. Lil Wayne, everybody wanted Lil Wayne to perform at the Super Bowl. He is not going to perform at the Super Bowl. Lil Wayne said yesterday, I believe that's when I seen the clip when he came out and said, of course, he was disappointed. He wasn't mentally prepared for the letdown, and he's going to work on himself, I guess, if there's a future invite for him to perform at the Super Bowl. Let me tell you I'm going to say how I feel about all of this, and then I'm going to let you say how you feel about that. How I feel about this is that I think a lot of fans out there, y'all need to fall back for a second. I'm going to tell you why I say y'all need to fall back for a second. Granted, I think Jay-Z took his position with the NFL in 2018, 2019. So that was around the time that it was able to start having hip-hop people perform at the Super Bowl. Because before that, you can't name one hip-hop person that's performed at the Super Bowl. You cannot. Number two, I think the city of New Orleans, and I love New Orleans. Nothing against New Orleans. Y'all got the best Creole food in the world. Y'all need to fall back because there's a sense of entitlement going on here that I don't like. I don't think, and I could be wrong in what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say I wouldn't have been mad if when the Super Bowl was at SoFi Stadium, there was no Dre, there was no Snoop, there was no Kendrick, and then the other three I won't name because those other three are not even from LA. But the city of New Orleans has this entitlement of the Super Bowl is in our city. Our guy should perform since it's in our city, since we're hosting the Super Bowl. Even though there's never been a hip-hop artist to perform at a Super Bowl, there's never been a time where a Super Bowl has been in a city and the artist from that city has performed. Atlanta. Let me bring up Atlanta. When Atlanta last had the Super Bowl, yes, this group brought out Big Boy from Outkast, an Atlanta native. But the people that headlined the Super Bowl was a group named Maroon 5. For those of y'all that don't know, Maroon 5 is from here, Los Angeles, California. Atlanta maybe said some stuff here and there, but there was no super big uproar. Oh, wow, the Super Bowl is in our city. We need to have Outkast or we need to have Usher. And there's a reason why I'm saying Usher. I'm going to get back to that in a second. We should have TLC or Jermaine Dupri or whoever perform the Super Bowl since it's here in our backyard. Usher is from Atlanta. He just did the Super Bowl last year that was in Vegas. Rihanna is from Barbados. You know, she headlined the Super Bowl the year before that. That was in Phoenix. So this entitlement that New Orleans had, the Super Bowl is in our city, our guy should perform. Oh, we should have a Lil Wayne and Friends concert. Oh, we should have a YMCC&B reunion. Oh, we should have a Hot Boy reunion. It's not a fucking 2-hour long concert. It's 13 fucking minutes of performing your greatest hits. Let me continue. I am in no way a Lil Wayne hater. Now, I'm not the biggest Lil Wayne fan since 2005. I'm more of a Wayne fan 2005 and prior. 500 Degrees, The Block is Hot, Hot Boys, Cash Money.
Lights Out.
Lights Out. That Lil Wayne, I'm a huge fan of that Lil Wayne.
Squad Up.
Squad Up. Mixtapes, some of those mixtapes. The Drought, I'm a fan of that Lil Wayne.
Yes, sir.
The Carter series, the slurring, the lean, the don't remember half your lyrics when you performing, Lil Wayne, he's cool. But I don't care for that Lil Wayne. Now, me and him was having a conversation last night, and the word that I brought up was algorithms. Super Bowl, the NFL is a business, and they are about tapping into what's hot. 2023, I keep saying 2023. Why am I saying 2023?
Oh, no,
2024, man. I'm sorry. 2024, hip-hop, rap, unbiased question. Who's had the hottest year? Any rapper in hip-hop? Kendrick Lamar. So what does the NFL and Jay-Z do? This guy's had the biggest year in 2024. Give him the Super Bowl. Wayne got a shitload of hits that he could perform at the Super Bowl. A shitload of hits. You think Super Bowl this year is going to be on Fox? You think Fox is going to be okay with this man on stage saying, lick me like a lollipop? You think Doritos is going to be okay with, hello, motherfucker, hey, hi, how you doing? Seriously? People are not going to be okay. Like, Lil Wayne has hits, but Lil Wayne hits are what is it? NSFW, not suitable for work. It's not suitable for network TV either. So my take on that is the NFL got it right. You go with what's hot. You don't go with, now granted, a lot of people are going to throw back the argument, when's the last time Dre did something? When's the last time Snoop did something? When's the last time Kendrick did something before all of this, or Mary, or M? Mind you, Eminem had just dropped the album, I think around that time, 2020 or 21 or whatever. 50 is not hot when it comes to music, but he's hot when it comes to TV. You don't know, go watch Stars. So I get it. You could say the same thing. Well, Lil Wayne ain't dropped nothing hot in like, what, almost 8-9 years? It's outside of a feature? Like, when's the last time Lil Wayne dropped the album? And last year, Wayne said...
Hey, I'm going to answer your question.
Hold on, I'm going to let you go. Last year, Wayne said I would love to do the Super Bowl. I'm going to make sure I drop something hot so I'm ready when they make that call. Well, Wayne, you didn't do what you said you were going to do. Where your album at? The last time you had a hit? I'm not going to even get into what Nicki Minaj, because I'm not a Nicki Minaj fan. So if I say what I want to say, it's going to be a biased take. So because of that, I'm not going to get into what I think about Nicki Minaj, Birdman, what the fuck they said. I'm not going to get into none of that shit. I'm just going to say I think the NFL got it right. That's just my opinion. Y'all can love it or hate it. I don't care. This is my opinion. Wayne, although it would have been a nostalgic move, because that's what everybody's on, is nostalgia, it wasn't the right move to get Lil Wayne. He was on the list. He didn't get picked. And mind you, the city of New Orleans had a vote in that pick on who they wanted to perform at the Super Bowl, and the city of New Orleans picked Kendrick Lamar. Be mad at your city. And Hurricane Chris, sit your little bitch ass down. And yeah, I said that. Sit your ass down. Because, nigga, you ain't did shit since, hey, baby. Nigga, we talk about 20 years. We ain't heard shit from you outside of people in New Orleans. So sit your ass down. Stop beefing with 50, because when it comes to this music shit, bruh, really? Like, shut the fuck up, bro.
All right. So, I just want to say,
breaking news. Breaking news, Christian McCaffrey's on the IR.
Wow. I'm going to start where you ended off. Hurricane Chris, you ain't been hot since my daughter was born.
Yeah,
my daughter's going to be 18 in February. Sit your little ass down, man. Second of all, I want to say, I don't agree with what you said, but a lot of the points you made about Wayne was true. But I'm going to double down, and, you know, I'll be peeping my boy Marcellus out, and he basically was saying that, you know, a lot of the acts that the NFL choose for he said basically the NFL is trying to procure and acquire a new audience every Super Bowl Sunday, right? Mm-hmm. And they want to go with something that's safe, that's going to satisfy their corporate sponsors. So Lil Wayne, with his dreads half falling out, looking like a shell of himself because all the drugs he's taking, tattoos all in his face, for the corporate world and the corporate image, it is not the appropriate look.
No.
But that's what I want to say on that, as far as where I agree with where you was coming from and where Marcellus was trying to go with it. I just want to say, I see that, but if we were playing poker, I see that, and I raise you this, right? It's in New Orleans, right? So, therefore, being that, of course, we know the NFL want to reach for the pop appeal, and a lot of the, like, I also want to touch on what you said about Usher. Usher performed at the Vegas Stadium because that was the grand opening at the Super Bowl. So they got a big artist. They want that. They either want those artists that have won Grammys, or they want those international artists like Rihanna that's from Barbados, The Weeknd is from Canada. They want that international spice.
Usher performed at the Super Bowl because Usher did a residency in 2023.
Yeah,
sold millions.
Right, and the Vegas Stadium was opening. I mean, the Raider Stadium is also being utilized.
Exactly, but my point is that Usher is not from Las Vegas.
No, I got that point.
I
was saying why they used it.
No, I know why.
Yeah,
but my reasoning for why I'm saying what I'm saying, because New Orleans is under this. It's in our city. It's supposed to be our guy.
Well, see, I'm gonna tell you why.
That's not how that works.
The Super Bowl should have been, if it wasn't the GOAT of New Orleans, is Percy Miller. Nobody in New Orleans would be able to eat without Percy Miller. So if they wasn't gonna have, if
you're talking about hustle,
nobody from No Limit or Cash Money at this Super Bowl performance, it was gonna be a problem.
If it was
for me and for everybody in New Orleans, and for people that's not in corporate America and people that's not from Middle America, like, how can you have a Super Bowl without Percy or without Brian Birdman, Baby, Paul Williams being a part of it?
Because it's not a New Orleans concert. The Super Bowl is not a concert. It's a football game. The halftime show is 15 minutes. You got 15 minutes to do songs. You going to bring out the whole fucking city of New Orleans in 15 minutes? We talking about, if we want to do this, right? what they're saying. Oh, let's do it. Another thing that I heard, let's do a No Limit Cash Money halftime show. You talk about Master P, you talk about Silk the Shocker, you talk about Mia X, you talk about Fiend, you talk about a song by C Murder, because C Murder still, salute to C Murder, he's still in the pen. You got to do a Snoop Dogg song, because he was on No Limit at some point. We talk about Mystical, let's go to Cash Money. We talk about BG, we talk about Turk, we talk about Wayne, we talk about Juvie, we talk about Manny Fred, we talking about Baby. You going to do all of that in 15 minutes? Oh, and then they want to do a YMCMB. So now you got to add Drake and you got to add Nicki Minaj.
And Tiger.
And Tiger.
And Gunna.
And Gunna. And Thug. We're going to do all that in 15 minutes? No, we're not going to do all that in 15 minutes.
Hey, I forget the other nigga name. The nigga that was calling himself Birdman JR.
I forgot his name too.
Twist.
Yeah, Twist.
You got to add Twist in there too.
We're going to do all that in 15 minutes?
No, I feel you.
This is not a New Orleans concert. It's the fucking Super Bowl that happens to be in the city of New Orleans.
So are they gonna put motherfucking Snoop Dogg,
no,
motherfucking Common,
no,
in Madison Square Garden?
But
when Jay-Z should be performing in New York,
Jay-Z's not gonna do the Super Bowl.
Jadakiss should be performing in New York.
They're not gonna do. Dude, the last time the Super Bowl was at MetLife Stadium, which was in New Jersey, which basically was New Jersey,
That's
New
Joe
York.
Button territory.
Was basically New Jersey, New York. They didn't get Buttons. They didn't get Redman. They didn't get no New York artists to do it. Beyonce. When the Super Bowl was in Minnesota, did they get Prince? No.
Beyonce from Houston, no.
Exactly. She's not from New Orleans.
She's from the South.
She's not from New Orleans.
I got it.
That Super Bowl that was in.
I don't feel no
that
type
Super Bowl
of way.
that was in Tampa Bay when the Bucks beat the Chiefs with Tom Brady. The Dream is from Canada.
Yeah, I don't feel no type of way. It's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be a good show.
Listen.
I just hope that the rumors that I heard is not fucking true and he gonna bring out Taylor Swift at fucking halftime.
Nah, that's not happening.
I just hope.
And then the last
I hope Wayne was the person he was talking to saying, yeah, you gonna get ready.
The last time, I mean, what I'm gonna say, the last thing about this is all y'all that's up in arms about Lil Wayne not performing at the Super Bowl because it's in the city of New Orleans. Next year, have that same energy if Jay-Z don't say Too Short and or E40 is performing at the Super Bowl because next year's game is in Santa Clara. And then in 2 years, have that same energy when ain't no LA artist performing at the Super Bowl because it's going to be at SoFi again.
Oh,
keep that same energy.
Go, man.
Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Nicki Minaj and Birdman, keep that same energy.
JCon, I fuck with your music. I don't fuck
ain't
with
nobody checking for the
You're
game.
not gonna be back
checking for the game.
If they wanted to call you because of the shit that you pulled, they're not gonna want to fuck with you.
We're not gonna get into it because I don't want to get into it.
I'm not. Hey, JCon, as a real hip hop head, you got bars, bro.
Oh, that nigga's dope as a rapper.
I fuck with you.
The game
when you keep it music and don't do the other shit, you straight. I fuck with
you A1, bro. You A1. It's just the other shit that is why niggas don't fuck with you, JCon. Like, I fuck with the game. I don't fuck with JCon.
I didn't say that. I said JCon. Have you heard me call him Hunter Hearst Helmsley game?
I fuck with the game. I don't fuck with JCon Taylor. All right, let's do some picks. Remember how we did last year? Yeah. No, you're not picking the Cowboy game. I ain't picking 49er game. So I'm gonna run down these list of games. And the reason why I do it is because I want to keep track of this. So we can't pick Bills and Dolphins because, of course, that already happened. You could choose a game. I'm gonna run down the game. You could choose one and just pick your winner and why you picking that winner. 49ers Vikings, Raiders Ravens, Browns Jaguars, Jets Titans, Chargers Panthers, Seahawks Patriots, Giants Commanders, Buccaneers Lions, Colts Packers, Rams Cardinals, Steelers Broncos, Bengals Chiefs, Bears Texans, and in the Monday night game Falcons Eagles.
I'm picking the Baltimore Raiders game. I was going to pick Seattle and the Chargers, but Seattle, Geno is lively over there, so I don't think the Chargers is just going to run over there. I'm picking Baltimore to
you going with the safe
and I got a lot of Raider fans, so it's no shade, but hey, man, guess what? Right now, I'm going with a bird in hand. You know what I mean? And I feel like that y'all finna get used for a sparring match. King Henry is going to show why that they got him. Lamar is going to have another great game. Mark Andrews is going to have a great game. Isaiah Likely is going to have a great game. And What you gonna do, brother, when the Baltimore Ravens, the team formerly known as the Cleveland Browns, come for you, Raider Nation?
All right, so he picking Ravens over Raiders. I'm gonna pick the Bears-Texans game only because that's two young black quarterbacks Sunday night game that I want to see. And I'm gonna pick the Texans. I'm gonna pick the Texans because one, I think they're a better team. Number two, the reason why I'm picking that game because I want to watch that game. I want to see if the Bears play better offensively because they were terrible offensively against the Titans. I guess the Titans have a really good defense, but Caleb Williams didn't even throw for 100 yards. And this is the guy that they're saying is going to be runaway rookie of the year. USC guy, salute USC.
Hey, it's something strange and it don't look good. Who you gonna call? Not Chicago Bears football.
And the reason why I'm saying is because a lot of things were said about when you come to the league is different animal because you're playing against grown men. So I want to see what Caleb Williams does in week 2 against the Texans, a team that people have high expectations for this year. But I'm going to pick the Texans to win that game.
All right, real quick. We're not going to talk about all the games because that will take up a lot of time.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the Thursday night game, the Sunday night game, and the Monday night game.
Well, Thursday,
we talked about the Thursday. Let's talk about the Sunday night and Monday night football.
Well,
game.
the Sunday night game was Bears-Texans.
We can talk about that.
What you want to talk about? Because I already said I gave my piece on it.
What did you see from the Texans?
Diggs
did his thing. He had 2 touchdowns.
You said what?
Said Diggs did his thing. He had 2 touchdowns.
I think the Texans are more lethal offensively because of Diggs and because of Joe Mixon. Because Joe Mixon also had a good game.
Oh my God, yes he did.
He also had a good game. And
you think their quarterback is legitimate?
Hell yeah, C.J. Stroud is legit.
It wasn't no one-hit wonder?
Nah, C.J. Stroud is legit.
All right.
I see an MVP in his future. I'm not gonna say near future, but I see an MVP in his future. I think
you see anybody in the past that he's similar to or like, or is he his own?
I gotta watch a little more. I'm gonna say he's his own right now, but I gotta watch him a little bit more to see if I see something from his game that resembles somebody that I watched in the past. So
all right, what about your 49ers in their game?
I gotta win it because it's gonna be a drop off in the running game with
no. I'm saying, what about the Jets game? What is your thoughts on that? And A-Rod and them.
I'm gonna sum my thoughts up on that game in 4 words. That's all I'm gonna say. We owned Aaron Rodgers.
Are you sure?
I am 100% positive.
All right.
I said it.
Hey, Rafi, said that. I didn't say that.
Former Packer fans, get at me. Rafi, Wayne in my chat, Flanagan, anybody that's a Packers fan.
I forgot about you, little Larry.
The homie Jaquel, if you watch, get at me.
Hey, Marlon, this goes for you, too.
We own Aaron Rodgers.
And y'all don't need to relax.
So, there's that.
Been very, very concerned.
There's that. Monday night game, Falcons-Eagles. I got a feeling that game's going to be a blowout.
Potentially.
Eagles.
Depends on
Eagles home opener.
It depends on which version of Kirk Cousins shows up.
Well,
hold on. I'm going somewhere with this. If he shows up as Slim Shady, Eminem, or Marshall Mathers, it depends on which version of Shady shows up. I don't know. Eminem is the old initials.
I think it's more a question of which Eagles defense shows up. If the Eagles defense that wants to get back to winning games and being a legit Super Bowl contender shows up, it's going to be a blowout. If the Eagles defense that showed up against the Packers showed up, then it's going to be another high-scoring close game.
Definitely.
So that's my thoughts on that game.
Now it's time for my favorite part of the show.
Let's get on some heads.
Press that like button, press that share button, press that subscribe button, tell a friend, bring a friend, come again. It's time for the Get on Our Heads section.
I want to go first.
Go ahead.
I want to go first because I got a couple of topics I want to address. I'm going to address the serious one first.
Get in them comments. Get at us. Get at me, dog.
I'm going to address the serious one first because I want to have fun with the second one. Tyreek Hill and Miami PD. I'm getting on both y'all heads. Y'all need to come to the front of the congregation because I want to talk to both of y'all. Let's talk to Tyreek Hill first.
Damn, you stole my... It's all good. We could do it.
No, let's go back. All right, bet. I want to talk to Tyreek first. Tyreek, I am not going to fault you for what was done to you, because there is no excuse for what was done to you. I'm only going to say one thing to you, and I'm speaking as a black man sitting next to a black man, and for a bunch of other black men that have had encounters with law enforcement, no matter where you from, and I mean city. When the cops roll up on you, roll your fucking windows down. Put your hands where they can see them. A lot of people then lost their lives because they did one thing that law enforcement didn't ask them to do. I get why you rolled your window up. You don't want people to see you. You don't want to create a spectacle because people know who you are. People know that you're Tyreek Hill. You're one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. You play for the Miami Dolphins. Everybody knows that. Did he win a Super Bowl with the Chiefs? Yeah, he did win a Super Bowl with the Chiefs. Yeah, he was part of that Chiefs team that won that first Super Bowl. Okay.
No.
He won
he won one. He got one,
so
and then he left.
So we know you're a Super Bowl champion with the Kansas City Chiefs. We know this. You were outside the stadium. You were running late. Maybe you were speeding. Maybe you wasn't. I wasn't there, so I don't know. I'm not going to talk. I am going to talk about that when I talk to Miami PD. Listen, you did one thing wrong. You rolled your window up after you gave them your information. Police officers, they want to be able to see your hands because, like I said, that's how people would end up shot, killed, manhandled, whatever, because police can't see your hands. And then they assume that you got something that you really don't have. So then they use that dumbass classic, I feared for my life. Listen, even if you roll your window up halfway, they can still see inside your windows. So that's the only thing I think Tyreek Hill did wrong. But there's still no excuse for what Miami PD did to him, which is my segue over into Miami PD. This shit gotta stop. I'm so fucking sick of entitled police officers that abuse their power. Y'all didn't have to drag that man out the car like that. Y'all didn't have to throw him to the ground like that to put cuffs on him. Y'all didn't have to force that man to the ground when he kept saying, I just had knee surgery. Y'all didn't have to do what y'all did to his teammates. Y'all didn't have to do none of that shit. And then the report that came out was, I guess he was speeding. You didn't have no fucking radar to clock where he was going. So you just pulled him over on suspicion. And you fear for your life because his window was rolled up and you couldn't see past his tents. He didn't have nothing on him. So basically, what I saw was Tyreek Hill got pulled over because the cop thought he was speeding. And then he got forced to the ground, not once, but twice, because the cop wanted to abuse their power. No, you do what I tell you to do. I'm the law around here. Fuck you. Just because you a cop, you obey the law. Your job is to protect and to serve, not to abuse, not to treat black people like they ain't shit because you a white cop. And yeah, I said it. I'm going to go there with it because that's what it was. It was a white cop. And then y'all off to the side. Hey, you know who that is? Nah. Who is that? Oh, that's Tyreek Hill. He played for the Dolphins. Oh, fuck. At that point, y'all knew y'all fucked up for you to even say that. So, listen, I'm not the biggest fan when it comes to law enforcement. I've had my run-ins with law enforcement. I won't get into that because it's not about me. But I also know that not all law enforcement is like that. And really, man, I just wish that there were law enforcement officers out there. I know y'all live by a code. Cops don't tell on cops. I get it. I respect it. But I really just wish y'all could pull some of y'all comrades aside in situations like that. Be like, hey, bro, we gotta fall back. We gotta lighten up because we got body cams, and these body cams is gonna get out, and it's gonna look bad for our department. Let's do this the right way, and get on. You know what I'm saying? So the shit is the ongoing cycle that seems like it's never gonna end, and I don't know. I don't know, man. It's fucking crazy. Go ahead.
Now, I may or may not get some backlash for the things I'm about to say from my people and from the other people. But I want to satisfy all audiences because I see shit from unblinded, unbiased eyes. So let's start here, right? Were the police right in the way they handled the situation? No. Was Tyreek Hill right in the way he handled the situation? Absolutely, unequivocally, indubitably not. As a man that's from what they would consider blighted Los Angeles, As a driver, I've never been asked to step out of my vehicle. As a passenger, you will not understand and believe, as someone who may know people that are from gangs, but has no gang affiliations, how many times I done had a gun pulled on me, how many times I done been cuffed, how many times I done been in the back of a squad car, even to me having dealings with the time I went to jail for some traffic shit. I just want to say that the more you cooperate with the police officers, the better your day will be. But I'm going to pause my point. Chris Carter said when he came to the Minnesota Vikings, coming off of the Philadelphia Eagles, coming from rehab, drug issues, blah, he had a driver, right? So if you want to be low profile, and this goes all into the schooling and training that they give the players coming into the league. And that's why I said it. In the NFL, I applaud you and salute you for not letting these young guys come in and sooner than what they're supposed to. When you're a young man and you're making a lot of money, like, to me, Tyreek Hill has potential to be Antonio Brown like. Motherfuckers making millions of dollars. They feeling themselves. They feel like they're above the law. They feel like they can talk to niggas crazy. And you can't talk to the police crazy because the police is the law. But I'm finna double down for you niggas to think that I might be cooning the buffooning with what the fuck I'm about to say. Guess what? Uniform officers are high-paid security guards. Not to shout, no disrespect to the security industry, but they're high-paid security guards. The fucking detectives is the real police officers. They solve the fucking cases. They do the real fucking work. They're not out here curb serving and doing this little punk measly bullshit. That's why when you watch First 48, you see them motherfucking uniform officers get the fuck out the way. They not CSI. They not FBI. They not doing no real fucking work. They out here fucking with people that's law-abiding citizens. They're not going to go fuck with people that's real criminals. So they out here fucking with Tyreek Hill. If I was a police officer and I saw somebody in a fucking whatever car he had, I'm going to let that nigga go on about his business, whether he's speeding or not. You understand what I'm saying? Definitely when I see like, oh, Tyreek Hill, hey, have a good day, sir. But I feel like law enforcement was wrong in this situation. Tyreek Hill was wrong in this situation for the way he handled it because, as he said, as Ancho said, as Shady said, if he wasn't Tyreek Hill, we might be having a different discussion.
Exactly.
But, again, if I get punched in the face by my fucking daddy or by the bully on the block and I instigated the situation, who can really feel sorry for me if I instigated the situation? You were speeding. You were uncooperative. Law enforcement gave you a lawful, willing fucking order. Roll your window down. Look, hey, I'm speaking for myself as a driver. When I've been pulled over, guess what? I fucked the police up. A nigga put my hand on the steering wheel, put my hands out the window, all of that old shit.
The first thing
because I know who I'm fucking dealing with. And even if I
is,
had millions of dollars, I would still do the same thing. You know why? Because guess what? At the end of the day, if the police do what the fuck, if the police do some fuck shit and I cooperate, my lawyer or people want to say my nigga Marcellus is cooning and buffooning, this is what he said about the Tyreek Hill situation. He said, guess what? Oh, y'all police officers want to be stupid and y'all don't realize who I am? Oh, okay. Y'all can do what y'all do. I'm going to cooperate. I'm going to let y'all be the fools, and I'm going to let my lawyer handle it when we get to the courtroom. We're not in the courtroom. You're the law. The law has the authority right here on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
The same way as, guess what? If I see you getting bumped up, I'm going to come try to be on your behalf like Calais did. So if the police tell me to get on, I'm finna get the fuck on. You know why? Because both of us don't need to go to jail.
Exactly.
Somebody needs to tell the story.
Exactly.
Somebody needs to call your mom and say, hey, we got to get this nigga out. Somebody got to call Drew and Rosa House and say what's going on. So as adults, as men, as fucked up as the situation was, as a black man, because I done experienced the shit. I done been on the fucking ground. I done been cuffed up. I done been with his brother and some of the other homies at fucking 1 o'clock in the morning, the LA County Sheriff and pulled a gun on us, and the fucking police said, freeze. If anybody move, I'm dropping lead on all of you guys. So I've been in that situation, live and in person. But if we would have handled it the way Tyreek Hill handled it, I wouldn't be here to tell the story. So it's a certain ethic. It's a certain way that you're supposed to handle yourself when you're getting stopped by the police. Does that make them right? Does that make them ethical? Does that make it okay? No. But at the end of the day, look at it as if you was at work, ladies and gentlemen. Your boss could piss you the fuck off. You can't use the same language and behavior and body language that you would use outside of work. So he was on his way to work. The police officer's at work. We all got a job to do. We all have a certain level of maturity, certain level of manhood that we're supposed to display. We shouldn't display ourselves as grown children that have mental and emotional deficiencies that need to be handled and addressed. Police and Tyreek Hill. I feel like everybody was wrong. But at the end of the day, police brutality is wrong. And they need to have these police officers be better trained in the environment that they're going into. You're going into impoverished, low-income environments where people are angry, people are angsty, people are upset, people is hungry, people trying to figure out how the fuck they gonna pay their bills, and you costing them money by charging them fucking tickets that they can't even fucking pay for some punk shit. And you're not even going to where the criminals is at. You know where the criminals is at. But the criminals is motherfucking putting money in your pocket. So I could go on and on and on. The shit was a fucked up situation. Tyreek, get your shit together. Stop trying to act like the victim. They were wrong. You were wrong. Everybody, all parts involved were wrong. And that's all I got to say about that.
Now let's have some fun with this next one. I wanted to get the serious one out the way. Let's have some fun with this one. Shannon.
Oh, wow.
Come to the front of the congregation. Let's talk, brother. Let's talk.
Hey, you see I got my cardigan on. I had to have the Unk vibes today.
Let's talk, Shannon Sharpe. Let's talk, Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe, let's talk. We know what happened. You heard the video.
Yeah.
We all heard the video that accidentally got released.
Hold on, we doing that? Are we doing Ocho and Nightcap?
No. We gonna get to all that.
Oh.
I don't want to get to the argument that they had.
Shit.
I want to have fun with this one. We talking about Shannon.
Man, you go first.
We talking about Shannon.
I'm gonna be short and brief with that shit.
Shannon. The only thing I want to say to you, Shannon Sharpe, is, bruh, you gotta learn how to work a phone, man. Let me show you something real quick, Shannon.
You slipping, Shay.
Let me show you something real quick. Shannon, I'm sure you have one of these.
He is 55, though.
I'm finna educate him. Shannon, I'm sure you have one of these. Because a lot more people have one of these than the other phones. Shannon, this is an iPhone. On the side of this iPhone is a
button.
To that
lies.
Is a button. When you push that button, Shannon, your phone comes on. Excuse my notifications. I get a lot of notifications. Shannon, it's really that simple. It's a button on the side of the phone that
they call
you
it
can
the
push
home button.
that will shut your phone down to where whatever you are doing, whether you're on Facebook and you're going live, whether you're on Instagram and you're going live, whether you're on Twitter and you're in spaces, whether you're recording on TikTok, whether you are doing a reel on YouTube or a YouTube short, it will stop when you push that button on the side of your phone. And when it stops, that means no one can hear or see what you are doing. Because you did not know that, because you are not tech savvy, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. A lot of people are not tech savvy.
I'm not either, but I know nigga to press the home button.
Because you did not know.
You didn't listen to Herm, nigga. Before you press in, think about it. And he older than you, Shay.
Because you did not know that. This unfortunate audio, I'm sorry, because it wasn't a video. Nobody saw anything. This unfortunate audio got released of you, and I'm going to use your words, working vigorously. Doing what I've done numerous times in my life. This man's done numerous times in his life. Every man has done numerous times in their life, which is having sex with a woman.
Hey,
no one's mad.
I fuck with you, Unc. That was audio. You still ain't dispelled no rumors. We don't know. We don't know if that was a a member of the LBGTQ.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. We not.
community
No. Don't do that.
or
Don't do
not?
that. Don't do that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I'm not saying I'm against
We're
it.
not doing that. No.
I'm just saying he
no.
didn't dispel no rumors.
But that's how rumors get started back up. We're not going to do that. We're going to leave that part alone. We're just going to say you was having sex. And we heard it because you didn't know how to press the home button. It took somebody from your team calling you on your other phone to say, hey, bro, you live. You having sex. We can hear you. Turn your phone off. I'm glad that you owned up to it and didn't do like...
It wasn't me, like Shaggy.
You didn't do it. It wasn't me. You initially did the my phone was hacked, but then you cleaned that up. The Wednesday night and Thursday night was probably the two most viewed nightcap episodes of all the nightcap episodes, because Wednesday night was when you owned up to what you did, and Thursday night yo had the They Roasting Shannon nightcap where everybody just called and just let you have it. Pause. And you took it like a champ. You said something that resonated with me. If you don't like the sound of the gun, take the bullet out. You took the bullet out, so now can't nobody do nothing. Can't nobody come up to you and say, oh, man, we heard having sex on Instagram Live. I know. I owned it. It was me.
And
you didn't lose your job at ESPN. Stephen A. spoke on that on his podcast. So salute to ESPN. And it was because you went up to them and told them the truth. You didn't deny it. You said you lost, you may lose some deals. You lost an interview for Club Shay Shay. Man, whatever. The real fans that rock with you, Shannon Sharpe, you didn't lose them. Trust me, you didn't lose them. This played out exactly how I thought it was going to play out. The day it happened, I knew all the bros was going to throw every joke that they had in their arsenal at Shannon Sharpe. And that's exactly what happened. I also knew that all the women was going to hear that and they was going to want to be down. And that's exactly what's been happening. The bros is throwing jokes at you, as they should, because the shit was hilarious, and the women want to be down. Shannon, ain't nobody looking at you differently. Ain't nobody looking down on you except corporate people. Fuck them. All the people that rock with you still rock with you. You didn't do anything wrong. Nobody got hurt. The only thing you did wrong was you didn't push the home button on your phone.
Hey, all I want to say is that, Brother Sharpe, I've been a fan of yours and your brother. Like,
hold on. I will agree with what Stephen A. Smith said about Shannon Sharpe's brother when he was talking about Shannon Sharpe. Outside of Jerry Rice, Sterling Sharpe was the best wide receiver in football when he played. Go ahead.
Yes. For all of you out there that fail to mention him,
y'all don't
throw him in the discussion of Rice and Moss.
Y'all better YouTube Sterling Sharpe, Green Bay Packers, number 84.
But I just want to say, I used to have Sterling and Shannon Sharpe's cardboard cutouts on my fucking wall. Am I lying?
Nope.
Now, Shay, you had an encounter like Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett from Bad Boys 2 when they had their conversation get put on audio in all the store. You know, you had a real blooper moment. And we're gonna leave it there. And that's all I gotta say about that part. That's all I gotta say about that part of the situation. I'm not getting into that. You get it in, whoever you get it in with, whether it's the women, whether it's the DEI, whether it's the LGBTQ plus, that's your business. That's all I gotta say about that. Now, I fuck with you. I love you. You're the greatest Hall of Fame. You are the biggest icon in the history of the NFL as far as tight ends. And everybody is, you like the Jerry Rice of tight ends. And that's all I got to say about that. Now, I want to talk about, admitting that we in that space, you know, we would be considered average Joes trying to make it in the podcast content creator space. And I want us to get there, and we're going to get there. But, you know, I had a conversation with my man, and we want to give you fans something to talk about in a good way. We want good vibes. We want good energy. And that was not good vibes and good energy. You may have been right and spot on in what you said. And even in the way you said it, but you could have pulled bro to the side and talked about this shit after the show, bro. You don't air a nigga out on camera and make a nigga look bad, especially if you saying if this is your partner. Like, I understand you and he older and you the big homie and all that, and that's what the big homie's supposed to do, pull you to the side, be able to pull your whole card and get you right. But at the same time, if you the big homie, you know You don't make the little homie look bad in front of nobody, definitely not in front of the world. Like, you bring a certain level of notoriety and credit to the show, and he brings the youth to the show. He brings Twitter to X, rather, to the show. He brings social media to the show. He brings another different audience. So you can't undress this man. Yeah, he was late. He had a legitimate, viable reason. Like, if a nigga was just bullshitting, like, Chad has been a lot of things. He was AB before AB, but he wasn't as stupid as AB to allow him wanting to be him to fuck off his money. And I just want to say that, you know, being that we trying to build a brand and we trying to be successful black businessmen, entrepreneurs, I love Shad. I love Shay. I want to see them niggas win. I want to see us win. So this is just an example of, like my nigga Nas said, the best is supposed to meet at the top. But it's a way that you're supposed to handle it. It's a certain etiquette. It's a certain way you're supposed to respect the man code and the bro code. You do not talk to no fucking grown-ass man like an employee, like you're not trying to son no grown man. Sometimes things need to be said like, hey, nigga, get off them drugs. Hey, put the bottle down. Hey, nigga, take care of your kids. Hey, nigga, get up and go get a job. Hey, nigga, go take a bath. Or whatever it might be. Sometimes that shit needs to be said. But you don't do that shit in front of everybody. And that's all I got to say about Shannon Sharpe, Nightcap, Chad Ochocinco. And with that, you got anything else you want to say?
Nah, I think
This has been another episode of the Big and Skip Podcast, Season 3, Episode 2. We got banger after banger after banger to shout out my boy Seamus from WWE Network. And we will see you guys next week. Press that like button, press that share button, press that subscribe button, tell a friend, bring again, get in them comments. And this is the Big and Skip Podcast.
y'all be safe out there. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah.